Fizz and Friends Gaming, Fizzleman signing in like always. We back with some football on Madden NFL 20, showcasing EA Sports, brought to you by EA Sports and Fizz and Friends Gaming. We here in Fizzleman Picks Lounge and Fizzleman Picks for this afternoon game, checking down here at the AT&T Stadium. Dallas Cowboys taking the W. I'm 100% in with the Cowboys this year. They, in real life, is a top 10 contender, as in my series that I've been going on doing since 2018, Madden 2018, I promise you, the Cowboys won that Super Bowl that year, and that's when we had started. That's a contender in real life. The following year, if you don't know, shout out to the Falcons, and that's what we in right now with this year. The Falcons is our defending champions for this season, as the Cowboys was last year. In real life, we compare to real life. Last year was the Eagles, as the Eagles played the Patriots, and so as the Cowboys, they played the Patriots, and that was our Super Bowl. But moving on forward, then that year, we had the Falcons winning the Super Bowl going against the Jaguars, as the Jaguars beat the Patriots, but the Patriots made it that year and went all the way, as the Rams was my favorite last year and didn't go all the way. But going into the high-key matchup, the Falcons is our defending champions, Jaguars is the running up for this year, as we checking out the Patriots as well as we looking at the Rams this year, as we only compare the real life Super Bowl to ours, and we keep those highlights highlighted, you know what I mean, because those teams are high contender teams. But from previous champions, remember the Eagles and remember the Cowboys, because those teams are top prospects, and those are high picks. But moving on forward, I feel like the Cowboys got a good year this year, you know what I mean. And like I told you, I didn't get to say, like I told you, shout out to the Cowboys, because like I picked the Cowboys, you know who rolling with me. Shout out to Texas Cowboys, they rolling with me, as the world is picking that the Cowboys taking the W2. As you could tell, this is how I do it. I choose the world as the overalls. The overalls tell me is like the world picks. So this is what the world picks, and you see the controllers who Fizzleman picks, and we out like that. And like this, I'm gonna let you know we better go on a little mini commercial break, and then you know when we get back, just know we out. I know I started a little funny in the beginning. It was just checking out things. I'm gonna do another commercial break, and then we come back, and the game should go like that. You know what I mean? I started off with a commercial break. I ain't gonna do that all the time. We just gonna come right into this and then do the commercial break and then showcase the gameplay. And if it's our games, just know, take the pauses when we trying to change up lineups and things like that. Take that as a commercial break. And if I ever do any pauses in this, take that as a commercial break. But I'm gonna make sure I'm being here and watching and always aware of everything, as y'all here watching with me. You dig? Cause I ain't playing. I'm on the New York Jets. This is Fizzleman, Jarvis Rose. That's who I am. You feel me? And shout out to Ronnie Ray. That's on the Dolphins. Shout out to her. Yeah, let's get into this 4 p.m. game, week 1. You dig? Yeah. And the loading screen as like that. Take it as another little commercial break, you know what I mean?
An NFC East battle right off the bat. It's the coach. This is week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, an important season is about to begin for Eli Manning. His Giants get a tough test right out of the gate as they take on the defending NFC East champs, the Dallas Cowboys. I'll be back at halftime with a look around the early games. But let's get you over to Big D. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. So happy to be with you, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, and we thought it would never get here, but here we are back together. It's opening weekend of the 100th season in the NFL.
So much football to talk about. That's our main focus. But how about how much happened in the offseason? Rules changes. Overtime rules were discussed in a big way. Some superstars changed addresses. There's a whole lot to talk about in the NFL in addition to this game we're getting ready to watch.
So, like that is that, you know what I mean? Nice presentation, a dope presentation. This is a little mini commercial break, and this is how it's going to be for like every game that's prime time. But when it's a regular game, you might see it start here. But as that, we're just going to go on a little commercial break and then come back and hit this back game, you know what I mean? But, you know, I could come and talk right here, but this is the only moment, so you probably see me talk right here and then showcase a commercial. But I'm off that.
Marr now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Heading out to lead the Giants as he's done since 2004, Eli Manning. And his hold on the job somewhat precarious coming into the year, but still, look, this is a 2-time Super Bowl MVP and the franchise's all-time leader in passing yards and touchdown passes as well. Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. And the offensive starters for the New York Giants.
And everyone's going to be watching running back Saquon Barkley, the rookie sensation in 2018. He will draw all the attention now on offense with Odell Beckham Jr. now in Cleveland.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. From the gun, it's Manning. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down. Eli Manning, what a fixture he has been for the Giants organization, making his 15th opening day start in this game, going all the way back to 2005. Of course, the question, will this be his last opening day start for the 38-year-old quarterback? The Giants drafting Daniel Jones out of Duke, 6th overall in the 2019 draft. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
On 1st down, Manning. That is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. They'll try to pound it in with Goldman. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Manning turns and gives this to Goldman. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here now the Cowboy offense onto the field to get their first crack at it. They'll be led out by the Mississippi State man, now in his 4th season in the National Football League, Dak Prescott. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. Alec Ogletree in on the stop. And on this offensive unit, your thoughts on Travis Frederick?
He's a quarterback's best friend. Sets all the line calls and blocks so aggressively.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Right here.
Looking to throw. Prescott toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down. And quickly, the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick of the Cleveland Browns in 2017, has returned to his home area to play for the New York Giants. And he's looking for an opportunity to really shine. Sharp in returning the football on kickoffs and punts. The Giants believe he can fill the gap at safety for them.
Now Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Morris. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards it. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Prescott to throw it. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play here for Dallas. 41 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Prescott now, and it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Well, you throw it this close to the goal line, usually you're thinking touchdown. Here they actually complete it but lose yardage.
When you're this close to the goal line, you have to anticipate that maybe you're going to see a defense that you can make a case that there's 11 in the box. There's just no room. So I'm with you. You've got to find a way to push things downfield a little bit. Any type of space is better than what we just saw there. And that end result, not one that's satisfactory to them.
The kick by Maher is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The New York set to take the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3. Things are going to work out in your favor.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Throwing on first down is Manning. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And now Now the defense for Dallas.
And there's linebacker Leighton Vander Esch, who was so impressive as a rookie in 2018. Many thought Dallas should have opted to pick a wide receiver at that spot. Turns out they made the absolute correct choice. A 2018 Pro Bowler who's only going to get better.
Manning will try again on second down. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the spark that ignited the Cowboys-Giants rivalry goes back to 1960 when Dallas's first head coach and former New York Giants assistant Tom Landry brought his 0-10 rookie squad into Yankee Stadium. That game would finish a 31-31 tie, the only non-loss in the expansion Cowboys' first season. 6 decades later, still one of the most heated rivalries in the NFL. Heck, even Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett spent 3 seasons in a Giants uniform. And Dallas leads the overall series, including the last 4 meetings. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Manning again over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, but it'll be 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Manning. Open man right side is Ingram. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. Throw left side complete. It's Fowler. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
I feel like Eli Manning has just gone from downfield bomber to a guy who can complete everything.
He can hit him underneath now, can't he?
Yeah, we just saw that there with that pass completion. The maturity of a veteran taken with the defense will give him.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's on Kevin Zeitler, acquired in the Odell Beckham trade. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. On 2nd down now, Barkley. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. From the left hash, this from 39. Rosas' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them, not easily none.
They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's second down. On second down, it's Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there, first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Well, we see so many good battles in the NFC East, and Cowboys and Giants, they rarely disappoint. They didn't disappoint last year. Cowboys got the better of the Giants both times. Week 2, 20-13, and then in Week 17, a thriller, 36-35. That was a game where Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes. On second down now, it's Morris. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 10.
10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. Throwing, Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he'll sling that one in there. Complete to Cooper on the comebacker. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
On the NFL scoreboard, an update from up in Seattle. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Manning's throw complete to Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Manning to Shepard, complete over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Saquon Barkley. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick back in 2016, started all 48 games in his first 3 years in the NFL and now making start number 49 to kick off 2019. First down, Prescott. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. Prescott looks to throw on first. And he slings one that's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Elliott. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch 23. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete. So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They fake the handoff. Now Manning. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Gallman. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Looking to throw on second down. Manning. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Third and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. Shotgun now for Manning. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the second time. .39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. On second down, it's Morris. Morris fighting. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. That sort of goes without saying. That's the risk of running the option play. You can put the ball on the ground. They did there and turned it over.
So true, because you've got so many different decisions that have to be made. Are you handing the ball off inside, or are you just keeping it yourself? Are you pitching it to your trail guy? And sometimes you get caught in between, and you're a little indecisive on the play, and it turns into the ball on the ground. Fortunately enough, they weren't able to return it for a touchdown.
On the set. Check 55, Mike. Go, go, go. 5.
So the fumble recovery, and now Manning. Out to the right here to Shepard. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On play action, now Manning. On the comebacker, complete. That's Fowler. Give him 14 on that one, and a 1st down.
Let's go.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Shift.
It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Here's Manning to throw. And that is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
But when it all comes together and you get the field goal block that's been designed, that's been drawn up, everyone has to feel good about on that side of the ball. How about that one there? To the left side, knew what they had. That's where they wanted to be, and they got their designated guy turned free.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Throwing on second down. Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A gain there of 21 yards. Boy, you got to think that having the 37-year-old veteran Jason Witten back at tight end is going to be great for Dak Prescott for plays just like that. And you think the last year when Witten wasn't there, it was kind of a rotating carousel. They had Blake Jarwin, Jeff Swaim, Rico Gathers, Dalton Schultz. But Witten back out there and doing his thing again. Prescott now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Prescott throwing complete to Cobb, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. They'll throw again. Prescott, he gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Quick slant there, gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there, keeps the sticks moving.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Looking to throw. Prescott. That's complete, and once again, it's Cobb. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Prescott yet again. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Prescott now. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Jason Witten, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're...
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. That time, a 9-play drive, and it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Manning now on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Tate. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Manning. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Wayne Gallman is running back, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Manning. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's Riley Dixon now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected. All tied through one half of play. For the call of the 2nd half, let's get it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Around the NFL, 2nd quarter down in Tampa. And that one for the 49ers, now a 2-touchdown advantage. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. the gun. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Throwing again on second down. Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead. And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
That throw good for 4. It's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Ready, ready. 18 Gator. 54. Let's get some penetration here. Play. Let's go.
On 1st down, Manning. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Manning on the bootleg. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it, and the Cowboys have recovered.
I know it's a phrase that sounds really cool, strip sack, but all we're talking about is getting to the guy, getting to the passer, making the tackle, making the play, but do a little bit extra, right? Stripping the ball out, working the arm free. That's become a big emphasis for all defenders.
Yeah, and as a defender with the emphasis, this is something that's practiced.
Practiced all the time. Taking the ball away, creating turnovers, that's really job one for any defense because that's how you win in today's NFL.
58, come on. Hey, get in the weight room. 26.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. These Cowboys looking good here at AT&T Stadium. Of course, they were really good in this building last year. 7-1 in their 8 games played at home. The only loss was on a Monday night to Tennessee. Prescott on 1st down. And this is caught at the end. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6.
Remember the one-dimensional tight ends who just put their hand in the ground and block people? Well, if you're that guy now, you're probably a fullback in an I-formation offense. These tight ends nowadays can do everything. Block, run, and catch. Beautiful connection for a touchdown.
Marr on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, they pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance. And
trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Marr now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Taco Charlton. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Check three.
On the draw, this is Goldman. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good gain, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Manning now to throw, and that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from him, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can. Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here we go, D. All day, defense. All day.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
You see me? They can't stop.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working from the gun. Manning. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now Cobb to return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Attacking the Cowboys, ready for their next possession. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Well, historically, Jason Witten, he's kind of saved his best for the New York Giants. In fact, the top 2 games statistically that he's had in his career were both against the Giants. 2012, 18 catches, 167 yards, and those 18 catches still the most ever by a tight end in a single game. He also had a 14-catch, 156-yard performance against the Giants back in 2009.
False start, offense.
This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Off the play fake, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. They got to get to the 23 here on third. And again, it's Prescott. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now. Jim.
From the red zone now, Prescott. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They come out here in the I. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now they'll let Olawale have a crack at it. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Marr on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Manning. Open man right side is Ingram. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Shotgun now for Manning. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr. But a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Manning again. They're going to Gallman here on the screen. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage.
Boy, it's the same old song, isn't it? And right now, this one doesn't sound too sweet. They've been thoroughly outclassed so far. And there's another tackle for a loss.
Yeah, that's something that we've said quite a bit in this game. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. From the gun, Manning. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Manning. And this is going to be incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. Been a very strong performance for them really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now obviously they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, Prescott.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Here's Elliott. Michael Thomas on the stop. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Yeah, that's what I do.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Yeah, the Giants ready to come out now. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Manning. That's complete left side to Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Manning now on 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Manning. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Manning. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Third and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. Now Manning. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18. And the Giants' all-time leader in passing yards and completions and touchdowns. Just another connection.
No doubt about it. That's the Eli Manning we know. Pushing the ball downfield and with proficiency.
Right there. 54 Mike. Yeah. SOS.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Well, that's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. 7 yards there and a first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Manning going to throw. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. It's Christian Covington who notches the sack there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Aldrich Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. And the kick by Rosas is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A first down carry by Elliott. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Prescott from the gun. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Dallas, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.